Restaurant Sower is a restaurant that celebrates locality, specifically ingredients from Shiga around Lake Biwa and the Kohoku area. And I think for us, we've decided to say, this is Kohoku cuisine because we're just trying to use ingredients from around here and trying to let those ingredients dictate what we're doing here. So the first dish we served today was somen kabocha and suruga akaika somen. So it's kind of a fun play for me because my girlfriend Kathy, who also works at the restaurant, is Korean. So I'm from Los Angeles and we love eating Korean food. So it's kind of like a play on like a cold Korean noodle dish, because the liquid inside the bowl is a kimchi made from different summer vegetables. Yeah. The next dish is amadai. It's from Wakasawan, and we've cooked it in the style of sometimes called rokuyaki or matsukase-yaki. And so that means we put hot oil over the scales and then we finish it on the barbecue. It's been served with a corn puree and a jam made from kind of like sauteed red onions, some kikurage, which in English we call wood ear mushrooms, and some herbs from our garden. And the last dish we served today was deer from Makino. It's the next town here in Shiga. It's been cooked on the barbecue as well, served with roasted eggplants, roasted eggplant puree, and then a variety of different garlic. During the springtime, the garlic shoots that we salt brined, and then from last year, the garlic seeds from the wild garlic flowers that we also salt brined. I think that dish is pretty special because we actually use the local deer, and that's really cool to be able to be part of the local community and use the local products. So, my name is Coleman Griffin. I'm from Manhattan Beach, California. It's in the southern part of California, just outside Los Angeles. So now I'm 30, and when I started cooking, I was, let's see, about 15. But you can't really count the first couple of years because I was working in like sandwich shops and stuff. So my first job was at a Subway, just making sandwiches. And then yeah, throughout high school, I kind of worked in a couple restaurants in my hometown and around the Los Angeles area, and kind of just kept going from there. So in Northern California, I worked at the restaurant at Meadowood, which is located in St. Helena. It's the northern part of Napa Valley. I also spent some time working at Bennu Restaurant in San Francisco. I think at both those restaurants, I learned that food is a way to tell a story. And a lot of times at Meadowood, we told stories of the place in the sense that we were using local ingredients and local people to kind of fuel our restaurant and sort of tell us what to do. Having a farm or having, local purveyors provide everything we're using in the restaurant was really an interesting experience. I think at Bennu, we also told a story, but kind of a different story. Chef Corey Lee, huge impact on my career, and I think I learned a lot about kitchen organization and also how to represent cuisine. So I think both those restaurants kind of taught me that having some type of viewpoint is important, whether it's using locality to sort of dictate what you're doing, or using traditional cuisine reference points to dictate what you're doing. It's both just kind of two different styles, but yeah, allowing yourself to have a viewpoint as a chef and trying to share that with your guests is really important, and that's been something I took away from those restaurants, among other things. Yeah. I moved to Japan in July of 2019, and I think the Japanese food scene is really amazing, especially as a foreigner. The first time you come here, you're pretty surprised and shocked about the quality of food available to you at any given location, whether it's a convenience store or any ramen shop on the corner. And of course, there's high-end kaiseki that offers a different kind of experience, and I think everything in between is just a representation of how Japanese food culture isn't its separate entity, but it's just its own part of it. You know, it's part of culture, everyday culture, where a lot of countries will use the word food culture to describe something separate. I feel like Japanese culture and food culture is like integrated into one thing, and you can really feel that wherever you go. So I first came to Shiga in April of 2019, started working on kind of foundation of the restaurant. I feel like Sower's concept, the core of Sower's concept is kind of embracing locality, whether that's using fish from the lake or vegetables from farmers that, you know, we work directly with, or kind of including even local ceramics and wares in our restaurant. So I feel like allowing things around us to influence us and kind of react to those things allows us to really feel the time and place that's here, you know, at any given time. And whether it's winter or spring or fall, you know, kind of embracing what this place gives to us, that sort of, you know, dictates the menu and keeps our concepts. Here at Sower, the Kohoku cuisine is comprised of course, ingredients and things that coming from Kohoku area. So today we served Akaika from Tsuruga-wan, Amadai from Okasawan, and deer from Makino. So I think for us, we get excited about all ingredients. So whether it's like a carrot or, you know, a deer or a potato or amadai, we try to have the same sort of excitement for everything. I think something that I really personally love is the sansai, because I think that that's so unique to Japan and really, really special. And I also really love all the fish in the lake, because I feel like that's special to Japan, and also special to just this place is all the fish in the lake. So the biwako ko ayu or the biwamas, or, you know, there's lots of different animals in the lake that we're able to utilize in our cuisine, and I think it's really exciting. I think for me, when it comes to ingredients, one really important thing is honesty. You know, I think so many chefs say, well, the ingredient needs to be the best, or the ingredient needs to be like this, or the ingredient needs to be like that. But I think, how do you decide what's the best? How do you decide what you require? And I think, how do you decide, you know, what you should be using or what you shouldn't be using, or what's on your menu? And I think being aware and being honest and being able to decide whether it is, you know, that best quality that you're looking for is really important for me. One other core belief I have doesn't so much apply to the food, but the workplace. Trying to make the workplace a place where people feel safe, accepted. So I think here at Sower, we try our best to create a place where people can do their job, you know, take on a task, take on responsibility, and succeed. We're not forcing someone to do a job that they don't feel passionate about. So if somebody wants to come here and learn how to bake bread, and I think everyone has different interests and passions, and it's about kind of recognizing that individually and seeing how that can apply to the team, and, you know, ultimately make the restaurant better for ourselves, but also the guests. So I think in regards to this restaurant, how I see the culture is that, you know, everyone has something to contribute, and it's not necessarily driven all by me, you know. Of course, I might have some ideas or goals that push the restaurant in a certain direction, and of course the food creatively is designed by me. But in terms of a workplace, and in terms of all the interactions that occur in this place, you know, I can't control everything. So we really try to, you know, have that spirit of ownership. So every person is contributing, and every person is impacting the quality of this place. And at a certain point, you know, I'm not driving the ship. I'm more of like the wind in the sails, just kind of pushing gently in the right direction. I think that's kind of the goal for me, and to sort of develop a culture and have systems in place and have, you know, habitual operations in place that create a good restaurant.